So I guess we can just kind of get right into stuff.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Okay. Recording.
Started recording. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Rob, and you know what? It's been a tough couple of weeks. We're dealing with this COVID stuff, and I hope you guys are out there taking it very serious. You know, we miss you guys, and I'm getting a lot of emails and direct messages coming into the Speak Fridays page, and there are a lot of you guys that are out there missing us too, and we feel you. We miss you. We wanted to put something together for you, and you know, this is what this is all about. I want to say a big shout out to the whole Speak family, all the Speak crew out there. And yeah, Miami, we hear you, we feel you. We are the platform for the artists here in Miami, and we are the platform for people to express themselves. So nothing changes with that, you know, whether it's virtual or in the flesh. So I want to introduce my co-host on this version of our Speak.
Hi.
My girl Nikki Nas. Yeah. Nikki in the
What's
house.
up, everyone?
Yeah. Thanks for joining in, Nikki. And
No,
today's
thank
show
you.
we've got a really cool deep dive into, you know, some of the artists that really support us and we love to have around. And I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, today we've got none other than singer-songwriter writer Ali Jimenez.
Yes.
Ale, my girl. And we've got my man Clyde Gordon, comedian extraordinaire. So, you know, just a little deeper dive than we're used to doing at the real main show. But I hope this is good. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm excited to do it. Nikki, I hope you are too.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from our casas, from our homes.
From the living room. Live from Speak from the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, listen, I hope everybody, like I said, is staying safe. You know, right now the name of the game to me is staying in the game. You know, not underestimating this virus. There's a lot of stuff that we still don't know or understand about it. So I go the extra mile in staying cautious and keeping my close ones and loved ones, you know, on that same vibe, you know, to the extent that I can. You know, I don't know, Nikki, how you feel about that?
No, definitely. I think that it's something that not many people were taking seriously in the beginning. Now I think reality is starting to sink in. There's still some people that, you know, are just kind of continuing to live life as if nothing, like they're not getting it. But definitely stay home, you know, avoid going out, wash your hands, clean up. Like it's a strange time. It's definitely a strange time. But it's interesting how we find creativity with what to do with our time, right? Like this, for example, home workouts. There's just, it's a challenging but creative outlet for us. So
yeah,
we'll get through it.
Agreed, 100%. You know, this too shall pass. And you hit the nail on the head, I think. You know, I've been catching up on stuff that I always wanted to do and just been procrastinating on or just kicking the can forward. You know, I'm reading a lot more. I'm you know, taking a look inside, you know, like you said, working out. I'm doing every workout I could find online. And I think I've lost like 15 pounds, but I'm fit.
Yeah, you're either getting super fit or you're getting super unfit. It's one or the other right now. You're either getting super fit or super unfit. There's no in between.
Yeah. So listen, you know, we want to keep on time and keep on track with this whole thing because we want other people to get involved and we want to hear from the community too. You know, we've been hearing from you in terms of how much you miss the show, how much you miss what we've been doing and providing for the community. But you know, send us your thoughts and send us whatever you can. Direct messages at Speak Fridays, email us at speakfridays@gmail. And yeah, let's hop into our first guest. Let's introduce our first guest to the show. So, you know, like I said, we love this woman coming on next. I mean, she's been a big part of Speak over the last couple of years. She's got the voice of an angel and just the personality to match. You know, she's really grounded. She's all about community. She's from South America, and we'll dive into that a little bit more when she gets on. But yeah, I want to introduce my girl, Ale Jimenez. Ale, you there?
Yes.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
sure? The thing says muted.
No. I'm here.
Okay, cool. I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
So,
Yeah, me too.
so Ale, how are you handling this time?
Well, I mean, some days are better than other. I've been trying to stay creative as much as I can. Like you, I've been reading a lot.
Yeah.
The books that I have like next to my bed that I was like stuck in. So started to do that and trying to focus a lot about writing, like being creative, writing music. Some days it works, some other ones it doesn't, but I mean, I just take it slow.
Yeah, yeah. It's so important to not get too low on the lows, and on the flip side, not get too high on the highs, and keep things into perspective. Um, so we know and love you, but for those of you out there that might not be too familiar with Ale's work or where she's from, Ale, can you give us a little description of, tell us who you are, where you're from, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm Ale Jimenez. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm from Colombia. I come from a city called Cali, which is like the city of salsa in South America.
Salsa.
Yes.
Caleños.
Yes. So I come from there, and right now I'm focusing on doing some Latin folk. So it's kind of, I say it's folk because it's guitar driven, and I like organic instruments, like organic string instruments, and it's Latin because my music is influenced by rhythms from South America. So that's what I do.
So is it, because I hear Latin America and I hear rhythms, I'm thinking like the Afro-Cuban vibe almost. Would that be an accurate way to describe it or no?
Yeah, we have like cumbias and different rhythms from the Pacific area. I mean, most of them are like African influence. So some of that, but we also have reggae. And when I say we, it's like, because I think about my husband who helped me produce these.
Where's he from?
We're a team. So, and he helped me put all these rhythms in there. But yes, I have reggae and I have some funk too. So it's a bunch of influence. But
where's your husband from?
He's from Colombia, from Barranquilla.
Oh. Costeño.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So cool.
That extra flavor.
Yeah, one thing I know about Colombia is that they have like Cali is known for salsa. On the coast, they're known for like champeta and vallenato, yes. But I know vallenato is like more of like a full country thing. So I know it's like different rhythms, different influences, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing I know about Colombia is not the music.
The food, I bet.
No.
Oh, the women.
Well,
Pablo Escobar.
Y'all are crazy.
Oh, okay. You see how I didn't think about that.
But all right, cool. So where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, I know you write your music as well, right?
Yes. I write mostly about my fears. Because for me, this is kind of a therapy. And me personally, I'm afraid of death because I love life. So I have weird songs about death and, of course, love and heartbreak. And sometimes I write it about simple things like moving in, with the person you like. And I also write...
That is scary.
It is. It is a big step.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan of that step.
So they tell stories.
Mostly is that fear.
You tell stories.
Yes, and I really like the storytelling concept that I think I take from the American music. Like country is really focused on storytelling, and I got the chance to go to school and study with someone who focused on country storytelling. So I really like that, and I feel in Latin music you don't see that very often. So at least the music in Spanish, there's a lot of songwriters that focus on that, but not radio commercial music.
Yeah, I feel like with Spanish music, I've noticed that it's almost always about love, like love or lust, right? But they don't really tell stories all the time. But it's usually almost always about love and lust, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Are you saying that Spanish people are horny?
Apparently. I mean, I was trying to give a rated G version, but if you want to go there, we can. I mean, have you heard the songs of Hispanics put out there?
I don't speak Spanish. I'm ashamed to say it, but I've been living in Miami or North Cuba for the last 30 years, and I don't speak Spanish.
You don't even understand it?
A little bit, like, zapatos.
Okay, well, let me tell you, very, very passionate, very passionate. That's who we are. And it shows in the music.
That's a good way of saying horny. All right, so give it, Ali, tell us like some of your influences in the music genre, like who do you listen to or who helps you?
Or growing up even?
In a very pop American scene. Sometimes I feel embarrassed of sharing a little bit of that because I was a Spice Girls fan and a Britney Spears fan. And that's what I used to listen from Backstreet Boys, all the good stuff from the 90s.
So wait,
all the good stuff.
Time out.
All the good stuff.
I gotta ask this question.
Oh my God.
How many Spice Girls were there? Like 5?
5.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were the 6th Spice Girl, what spice would you be?
No, I feel like the question to be asked is which Spice Girl. I feel like which Spice Girl were you? I feel like which Spice Girl were you?
No.
Well, every girl identified.
Sporty.
No, I want you to have your own spice, like turmeric spice. Like, what's your spice?
I don't know.
Curry?
Yeah, angel spice. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I like that.
No.
But I'm telling you, every girl identified with one of the Spice Girls, or you were like a mix of two.
All right, Nikki, you tell me what your Spice Girl would be.
Me?
Yeah.
I felt like I naturally have curly hair, so I always felt like I was more Ginger Spice because I had the curly hair. Some people would tell me sporty for me, but me, because of the hair, I was like, no, Ginger. That's who I wanted to be. Maybe I was more like sporty, but I wanted to be like Ginger.
I love the Spice Girls.
Yeah, everybody loves the Spice Girls.
But I also had rock influence, like Alanis Morissette. And other weird stuff like Tori Amos and Bjork. Bjork was really important.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Nice. So wait. So living or dead, which musician would you want to go see a concert of, living or dead?
Celine Dion.
Ooh. Yeah. She was just here.
Pop. I know I should say something like different, but I love Celine Dion. It's just, she's a show girl, like a professional and perfectionist I think is one in a lifetime experience just to see that.
Yeah.
I just found out she was recently here, like 2 months ago, maybe. I don't remember. Time is blurred at this point, but
I know.
What day is it? But yeah, I think she was here recently. My friend told me he went with his mom and sister and that he was not expecting to enjoy it and that it was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. He was like, I was extremely impressed. I did not go in there with that expectation.
Isn't she like 90 years old now? It's impressive.
60 something.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Celine. You don't look a day over 35.
She's a warrior.
So okay. So let me ask you some more questions here. I know you were kind of pressed on time and all that. We got to get our second guest up, but you worked with the Grammys last year, right?
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about that? Could you tell us what the experience was, what it was like?
Yeah. So this was the first time I had the chance to use what I learned in college. So it was a score prep job, and I was in charge of prepping all the music scores for the Juanes segment of the Person of the Year of the Grammys, and also prepping the scores for the intro part of the Latin Grammy show, which was like a mix of songs that had Celia Cruz and other songs at the beginning. So I had to put together all the music scores. It's a crazy thing, crazy. Very exciting.
What was the biggest takeaway from that? What was your?
I think stress management, learning how to manage stress. I had moments where, for example, I had to bring music for 8 musicians and I only brought for 4. and I had to just like resolve in that moment. And I'm a person who like handles stress, but like not as well. So those are always good experiences to like girl up.
For sure.
Yeah.
Obstacles to overcome. Do you feel as a woman in the industry that it was more challenging for you, or perhaps that there's maybe more advantages, or not much of a difference at all?
You know, I haven't experienced, to be honest, like being rejected as a woman. I actually have had the opposite experience. However, I will tell you that in those shows, guys, don't worry if they're married and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's intense. It's intense.
Okay.
And that must be tough for your husband to kind of work with or work around. He must be a very, very secure guy.
I mean, I love my husband, but it's very intense. I had an experience on that little trip where someone was like, I was nice with someone, and like the next day he thought I wanted something else. Things like that.
Yeah.
But, I guess it's normal in the music industry.
I think that's normal in any industry.
That's something that could be like an advantage and challenge at the same time. You know, it kind of has like a little bit of both when in that path for women. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, tell us more about that, Nikki.
I'm just saying that like it's a challenge because you have to deal with something like this, but it's an advantage because maybe more like, not that you have to do anything, but like maybe people are more open to listening to you because you're a woman, you know, for that reason. But then it's challenging because you have to learn how to gear them in a way that's appropriate and not inappropriate.
Yeah.
So it's like I could see that being like a mix of both.
My boss, he was a guy, and he treated me like, I'm pretty sure he would treat like a guy. And I felt he trusted me, and I felt he trusted me. So I felt great.
Okay.
That's cool.
Cool.
That's cool. Plus, your husband's from Colombia. So no guy, every guy, once they hear that, it's like, okay, we're not going to die. So the Grammys experience was pretty dope then.
It was incredible. Just to see the people playing the songs that you help like put the notes in. So it's like, it's really intense. You're making sure like everything has to be perfect.
And you're doing a lot of behind the scenes, not like the actual music, but you're doing a lot of work behind the music now in creating the businesses that you're creating. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, projects that you might be working on.
I have, with my husband and two friends, we have a little studio that we're trying to like start. Of course, each one of us has their own studio in their houses, but we're working on that. I am actually, if God allows me, I'm going to start school, and I'm going to do music business. And I'm very interested on that because I want to help independent artists get their shit together. Because I know it's really hard. I'm sorry. I feel there's a lot of information and there's no clarity. And we musicians, we're focused on the creative process, but and I feel we should know all of this information. So I really want to create something with the things I learned that help people organize themselves. Musicians, artists, songwriters.
Yeah.
So that's something that I would love to work after school, at least.
Yeah. That's awesome. And that's so important. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nikki.
No, I was just going to say, so like with that being said, like you wanting to help up and coming artists, what advice do you think you would give your younger self, through all of your experiences and everything that you've like gone through and learned and the whole growing process?
I think that you don't have to wait until the perfect time. I think you have to start as soon as your inner voice tells you something, an idea, if it's in the shape of a song or a project, you just have to do it. There's not going to be a perfect time. I really regret not having started on my 20s, like to write my songs and show them, because at this point I would be like, I don't know, 20 times better. So I think that, and trusting your voice and not just comparing yourself with anybody else.
That's great. That is awesome. So please tell us where, we can find your music and where other folks can kind of download your stuff, or where do we go for that?
So my main social, let's say, tool, it's going to be Instagram, and it's Ale Jimenez Music. And there you can find a link that will take you to my Spotify. If you go to Spotify and put Canciones Chiquitas, you will find my album. And you can buy it and listen to it for free in Apple Music, Deezer, Pandora, anything. And YouTube, of course.
So, okay. So time out. For the non-Spanish speaking people, when I go to Spotify, what do I type in? Ale Jimenez or?
Yes, Ale Jimenez with a J and a Z.
J-I-N. E-N-E-Z.
Very cool. So
oh, you didn't catch the name Canciones Chiquitas? You didn't get that part?
I heard chancletas and conchita. And I'm sure they're not on Spotify. Did I say something bad?
It depends on where you're from. You gotta be careful in Spanish. Different things mean different things in different countries.
Amen. So listen, Ale, thank you so much for coming on and being our guest on the show. Is there any way we can convince you to play a song for us before you go?
Take a little song.
Like a toilet paper. Just kidding.
Yeah.
That's currency now.
It's currency, yeah. So this song, it's called Casa, and it's part of my Canciones Chiquitas album. I'm gonna take this because I have some feedback, so delay, sorry. Me pediste que me fuera a vivir contigo, que tu perro y que mi gato pueden ser amigos, que tienes lugar para mis libros. Dices que tu otra almohada necesita un dueño y que puedo estacionar ahí todos mis sueños, que me puedo enredar en tus mantas del sofá. Y aunque un espacio en tu pequeño armario me hace sonreír, lo que yo necesito siempre ha estado aquí, bajo el techo de tus brazos, tras la puerta de tus labios. En la terraza de tus ojos llenos de amor luminoso, mi casa eres tú, mi casa eres tú.
Oh.
Dices que tu electricidad no es suficiente, que tu física y mi química son la corriente que enciende en casa cada luz de eterna gratitud. Y aunque un café en las mañanas me hace sonreír, lo que yo necesito siempre ha estado aquí, bajo el techo de tus brazos, tras la puerta de tus labios. En la terraza de tus ojos llenos de amor luminoso, mi casa eres tú, mi casa. Mi casa es Speak Friday.
Hey!
Maravillosa. So,
awesome.
Rob, living up to, that was a love song, by the way.
Yes, and Lust.
Lost in love. It was beautiful.
Thank
It was really beautiful.
Well, Ale, thank you so very much. We love you, and I'm sure the world, whoever's watching this is going to fall in love with you the minute that they hear you talk and hear you sing and hear your comments. So thank you as always, and we look forward to seeing you in the flesh soon. And
I know.
Yeah. Any last shout outs before we move on?
No, we'll just stay home. And come to our first show when everything starts.
Soon.
It's gonna be fire.
It's gonna be great. Caliente.
Right? Yes.
All right, Ale. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah, for sure. So, Nikki.
Hey, Rob.
Nikki,
that was great. That song was so good.
I mean,
I wish you could understand it, but
I got some of it. I mean, Mi casa es tú. My house is you, right?
My home is you. That you're my home.
Yeah.
Basically. No, it was really good. I like the little improvisation too with how she added the extra instrument with her mouth.
The horn. The horn.
Yeah, the
section.
horn. Yeah. That was awesome.
That was awesome. All we need to do now is just get one of us on the drums. We gotta get Tony Flo in the mix here.
Yeah.
But that was amazing. And we're not done. Our second guest to the show, is none other than comedian extraordinaire, singer as well. I mean, very funny brother. I mean, he's been on HBO, BET, MTV, you name it, he's been on it. And I'll save some of the accolades for when he gets on. But Clyde, welcome out to the show. Clyde, you on?
Hey, I'm here. How we doing?
Hey.
Awesome, man.
Awesome.
So, Clyde, tell us, we know all about you, but what would you like to say about yourself to people that may not be as familiar?
Well, first of all, I want to say, give a shout out to Alejandra. Very good, man. Very, very, very beautiful voice.
Yeah.
Very beautiful voice. I was in the music industry too for a little while, but I got ripped off so many times in the music industry that I stepped away from it. I worked with such groups as Cover Girls.
Wait! Don't put anybody on blast. You got ripped off.
No, that's not blast. Okay. No. Well, I want to put there's one person I would put on blast, but no, the Cover Girls. No, I worked with them. We had good times with them. Also worked with other artists. I mean, I mentioned these things because these were people that were successful in their line of work, like singers like Gina LaMarca. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with those dance music artists, but yeah, I've worked with them. I've also worked with artists like Stevie B. I've actually written songs for Stevie B. Didn't go that well, but anyway. But as far as me is my comedy, I mean, I've been doing comedy now for 19 years. And full time for like the last 8 years I've been doing it full time. So yeah, just having fun with it. Well, not having fun right now with it, but yeah.
Well, I hear you on that. So how can we, seize the opportunity in this time? And I guess this is kind of us seizing the opportunity or looking through an opportunistic lens instead of saying, we can't get out. How can we do it? This is one way to do it, right? And thank God for technology, because I poo-poo on technology all the time because people are stuck on their phones all the time. But now it's like I'm changing my tune because I'm like, whoa, if we didn't have this, we'd be totally disconnected.
Yep. Yeah. We're at a time where we have this to our advantage to stay connected and also like use it for creativity, like even work-wise and stuff,
Exactly. Yeah. So now I've definitely been using it. I've been sitting back. I've been doing some things on my phone. Actually, I came up with this little talk show of my own, which I'm having fun with. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll go more into that later.
No, talk about that now. Let's go into it.
It's a little show that I put together since we've been
quarantined.
Yeah, since we've been quarantined, I put this little show together, and it's called "It's the Liquor Talking." And what it is we give a perspective of what's going on with current events, even celebrity dish, but from under the influence of alcohol. So it's got a little twist to it. So we are actually, reporting like some of the latest news and current events while having a couple of drinks, including a few shots. So obviously, you're it's going to come from out of left field when you see us talk. And once again, it's the liquor talking.
It never surprises me how creative we can get and how we can weave in alcohol, like find an excuse to introduce alcohol.
Right.
I was thinking about the same show.
Yeah. See, the thing is, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. I have a very low tolerance for alcohol. And, it takes like 1.5 drinks for me to get a buzz. So you can imagine what 3 drinks would do. Which is usually,
does it make it?
Huh?
No, sorry. I was going to say, so then it makes it even funnier, like.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. It does. It's just, some of the things that, you can only imagine that we would mispronounce so many words throughout this broadcast. And you can only imagine the fun that we have. And even the people that looked at it, I think my last one, it got close to 1,000 views on that. Like I said, I just started it. This was like my second one that I put on. So if you were to like go look for it, it would be under my name, under comedian Clyde Gordon on my Facebook page. So it's a lot of fun. I would love to have you guys on there.
I'm gonna check it out right after we wrap up. So I can't wait to see it.
So it's only on Facebook.
So far,
on Facebook. Got it.
So let me get it straight. So you get drunk and then you report current events.
Well, we either get a buzz or we get a light drunk. So it's not a sloppy drunk where we're just all over the place. So it's either a buzz or a very light drunk.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and then we report. Yeah.
So
I feel like I would go at this show.
Yeah. I'm not a big drinker either, but we can introduce other vices.
Yeah.
We'll call Ale's husband. Okay, so Clyde, it's interesting that you brought up that show, because one of the questions I wanted to ask you here today was, look, who would you rather have drinks with, OJ or Donald Trump, and why?
I think I would probably have a drink with OJ, only because I just want to know some details that didn't come out yet. Like, how did you kill him? Why did you kill him? I want to know this. I want to know what's in the killer's mind. From a drunk perspective, because he's going to say something more than you probably should have. But I definitely probably OJ.
Are you saying you think he did it?
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna go up to him and you're gonna ask him all these questions, and he's just gonna be like, "Love didn't fit."
Right. No, I'm telling you, I honestly believe that he would tell you more than he should if he's drunk.
Didn't he write a book? He wrote a book, right?
I did it. I think that was the name.
How to Get Away with Murder? Like, what was it called?
I think the name of the book was "If I Did It, This Is How I Would Have Done It," or something like that. I'm like, what? What?
Okay, low-key confession.
All right.
I would not. I don't think it's necessary to have a drink with Donald Trump in order to hear what a drunk actually sounds like.
I think he speaks too much. We know too much. He tweets it anyway, so we already
exactly.
There's not much mystery going on there.
Listen, shout out to all our Trump friends out there and supporters out there. Listen, we love everybody. More power to you. But I hear you. Clyde, I got another question for you, and it's kind of a random list of questions we got prepared for you. So, spirit animal. What's your spirit animal?
I don't know. A Tiger King. I don't know.
Carol
That is-
Baskin. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. The Tiger King
Don't
stuff is a
don't be
hit.
her.
Carol
Honestly,
Baskin.
I just found out watching it that he ran for president. I was like, wait, what? We had this
I
guy
know,
while
right?
Trump was running too.
Right? Yeah.
Mind
He
blown.
had a chance. I bet he had a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think Trump had a chance. And look.
No,
right.
I definitely didn't. So I
Anyway,
think
this is not like a political podcast.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right, next question.
Uh-huh.
Kim or Chloe?
Ooh.
Chloe.
Why?
I've seen what Kim can do on video. You know,
There was no element of surprise. Oh my God.
Good answer. Good
That's awesome.
answer. That's a great answer.
That's awesome.
I have a random question. Not relevant to this, but like, so I was looking up on Instagram, and you don't really have quite much on your Instagram. Why is that? I feel like it's like one of the bigger social outlets. Like,
it is.
you know.
See, the thing is, I had some on Instagram before. I was doing things almost every day on Instagram. Somehow my account got hacked, and I had to delete everything on my Instagram, every single thing. And since then, I didn't go back to Instagram like I was, before. But I know I need to. I need to get back there. But yeah, I got hacked, and it really went bad. So I have to get rid of everything.
Understood. Okay. So on Facebook to find you?
Yeah, under comedian Clyde Gordon.
Okay, cool.
Right.
So I got another question, man. And I mean, I don't know if it's too soon to talk about this, but I'm just going to go ahead and ask the question. In light of COVID and this pandemic, aside from COVID, like, what's the weirdest STD you've ever had?
Shit, I've never had an STD. Thank God. Oh God, thank you. No, I've never had an STD.
Just not AIDS.
No, you're right. No, I've never had an STD. Thank God.
Right.
So I wouldn't even know.
All right, maybe we need to get you drunk for this one. All right, so what's the last thing you Googled?
The last thing I Googled?
Yeah.
The last thing I Googled,
I remember.
I forgot the name of that porn. But it was good though. It was real good. It's like only because I heard somebody talk about it, so I wanted to see it for myself. And it was everything that I thought it would be. Yeah. So
I got a feeling that the answer is consistent. If I asked you, what's the first thing you Googled? So
the first thing I Googled actually porn.
What's the most embarrassing thing that you can think of that happened to you? And it could be in a performance, whatever. The most embarrassing story that you can think of.
Oh, I remember this happened years ago, but I had purchased my first car, and I remember it was a Volkswagen Passat. And this is like the first year that he came out with the Volkswagen Passat. And I still wasn't familiar with the way the buttons worked in the car. Sometimes the windows would go down by themselves. So I remember me and this girl that I was dating at one time, we were in the parking lot of a Publix in broad daylight. And you can only imagine how it was. I wanted this girl so bad. She was a Cuban girl. I wanted this girl so bad. I waited. And the only opportunity that I got was in the car, in the parking lot of a Publix, broad daylight. And sure enough, while we're going at it, the windows came down by themselves, all 4 windows. And it's just, that was the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me. It was so embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
I was not expecting that.
Neither was I.
Okay, we might have to tweak up the questions a little bit here, Nikki.
Hey,
I was gonna ask him, like, what's your favorite cartoon character? But let's
go to that. Let's go to that.
Betty Boop? No.
Oh my gosh.
Bugs Bunny actually was my favorite cartoon character.
Ooh, I just watched Space Jam like 2 nights ago. Hadn't seen it in forever. And Bugs Bunny is my favorite character in Space Jam.
I love Bugs Bunny.
You just watched Space Jam? I have a question for you, Nikki. Why?
Yeah. I finished Tiger King.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I finished Tiger King. I didn't know what to watch anymore. Any suggestions? What would you guys suggest to watch? I think everyone wants to know suggestions of more things that we can watch on Netflix.
You know, I've been going old school. So what did you say?
Self-made?
Self-made. Okay.
Self-made? Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I will too.
What I've been doing is I've been going. Which one? Ozark. Ozark's dope. I've been going a little Disney Channel. So I've been doing like Star Wars, like episode 1, 2, 3. I'm on episode 4 right now, and I'm really taking it all in.
Yeah, but those are really long. Like I need something end of the night, like something I turn on for like an hour and fall asleep to, because I'm actually really busy during the day, surprisingly. So it's just like a quick, something that's episodes. Show, go to sleep. Show, go to sleep. The whole Star Wars.
Maybe Clyde could share. Maybe Clyde could share that the link to that video he googled.
Down.
All right. So.
Yeah,
right. All right. So. Clyde, last question for you, man. What would you do differently after this virus has passed?
I vote for another president? No, I don't know. Shoot, I don't know.
All these Trump supporters are going to be like,
right there,
commenting.
Oh my God.
No, I don't. You know what? I just want to get through this thing already and pick back up where we left off. I want to go on the road. I want to travel. I want to just, have some fun. This ain't fun.
Well, it's introspective.
Well, I watch a lot more. But yeah, so I mean, it's.
All right, man. Listen, this has been fun. This has been, episode 1, and I had a great time. Listen, Clyde, thank you so much for,
most
being
definitely
on and doing your thing. Would you like to, kick a little something, or I don't know. You said you were into music stuff. I know you do the Michael Jackson stuff. I don't know if whatever you want to do. You want to take a couple minutes and do something? Comedy, music, whatever.
Joke.
No. No, I didn't prepare anything. I was, it was,
You had time, bro.
No,
like you were busy.
Go to my page. Check out my it's the liquor talking. There's also a clip on my page too of me singing. Tyler Perry did a challenge for everybody to sing a piece of a song called He's Got the Whole World in His Hand. So I did a little piece of that. So you'll find that on my page as well.
We don't want to look at that. We want to hear you sing something, even to the chorus. Just sing something, a little snippet. Come on, you could do this.
You don't want to hear me sing He's Got the Whole World in His Hand? I didn't prepare anything to sing.
He wants us to watch his show.
We'll watch the show.
Okay. Give me a song. Yeah, that's it. There you go. See? Yeah, give me a song.
Michael Jackson. Any Michael Jackson.
Of course, you would say Michael. Let's see. Another day is gone. Love's still all alone. How could this be that you're not here with me? Every day I sit and ask myself, how did love slip away? When something whispers in my ear and says that you are not alone. Lord. Yeah,
Oh man,
That was great.
That was dope. Thank you. I know I was pressuring you. All right, before we let you go, where can we find your stuff? And do you have anybody you want to say a shout out to or like that?
Want to give a shout out, man, to Carol Baskin. You know you killed yours. Like I said, you can find me on my page under comedian Clyde Gordon. Yeah, that's right now. That's where you'll find anything of mine right now, or even on YouTube. If you Google comedian Clyde Gordon as well, you'll find some of the things that I've done on the road as well as locally, including the Shaquille O'Neal's All Stars Comedy.
Awesome.
Clyde Gordon,
awesome.
You sound like a superhero here.
You know what? Clyde Gordon is really isn't my name. And I guarantee Rob never knew that.
No, I never knew that.
Man,
no, I never knew that.
Clyde is my dad's first name. Gordon is my mom's maiden name. My name is Bernard Wilson.
Bernard, you just blew my mind, bro. Like I've known you for at least 10 years, and you just blew my mind.
Never knew that. You never knew that. But that is my stage name, Clyde Gordon.
That's almost like you telling me I'm not black. You know,
I'm not. I'm Dominican. No.
All right, listen, we got to wrap the show up. Guys, thank you so much again. We've unmuted you, Ali. You know, thank you. Guys, say your goodbyes. Nikki.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you
You're
all.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
This is episode 1. Like I said, we can't wait to get back out there on the road. But in the meantime, this is a lot of fun. And it's a deeper dive, like I said in the beginning. And we really got to uncover some stuff we didn't know.
Yeah.
And now that we know some of it, I wish I never knew. So I want to say a big shout out to our Speak family, everybody in production, the band, everybody, man. I love you guys. Jak, wonderful job on everything that you're doing with us. And, yeah, man. Guys, we'll see you. And Clyde, I'll be on your show soon. Nikki Nas, have a great rest of the day. And we'll load this up every Friday morning on the Speak Fridays page on Instagram. So you can log on there. We have some stuff up already on Spotify. So go on Spotify if you get a chance and just type in Speak Miami, and you'll hear some of the content there that we've been, creating. So guys, love you all. Stay well, stay safe.
Stay home.
Stay home.